Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Thaumcraft tutorials, and today we are going to be getting into some research. Now, some other things that I would like to cover are just these last four things. So, the aspects of magic is pretty much if you go into your inventory and then you're just looking at some items and you hold shift over those items, then you will see their aspects of magic appear above it. So here's what it looks like with shift, and then when I take out shift, you can't see any of those little aspects. And each of those aspects means different things, and those are what you use to research. And then another one is the aurora, and that's pretty much it's randomly in the air, and it's helpful for charging up your wands. And then I know that there's a lot of aurora around silverwood trees, so you may want to build your base near them. And then flux we will get into when you're doing your cauldron, and that's basically when you're releasing too much magical elements that you don't need into the air, and then things like wisps can appear. So yeah, but let's get started on research. So today I want to go over Nitor, basic transmutation, and the thermometer. So first is we'll do basic transmutation first, because that one I have a lot of stuff to go over. And so pretty much the first thing that you probably want to research in basic transmutation are seeds, and these can be any kind of seeds, and I think also sugarcane has it. Let's just double check on that. And they have to, no, sugarcane doesn't have it. It was something else that has that. But the easiest thing is just to use seeds like pumpkin seeds or melon seeds, or just wheat seeds. And that will have the this, which is permutatio. So once you have what you want to put into your research table and what you want to research, you put it into one of these 5 slots, and you can stack things in the slots, and then more things will appear here. So, yeah, so what you want for this one is permutatio, which is exchange, change, and barter. And if we just hit this little research button, you see this appears, which means that it's found something in one of these two things that it likes and that it can research off of. And then right now it's an unknown theory. So now this appears, and this fades out, so it knows that it doesn't need this, but it needs permutatio, so that doesn't fade out, and then it appears here. And as you can see, it says 40% complete, and if we just keep on hitting this, then it'll slowly take away your seeds, and then it will also, once this gets to 100%, then you could take your seeds away, and that's done. Now, over here it still says unknown theory, but we know it's going to be basic transmutation. So for basic transmutation, as you can see here, it shows as a golden nugget. So what better to use than gold? And you can also change here from cursory to thorough, and thorough basically just means that it's going to take away more of your item, but it's probably like if you have a lot of this item, then you probably want to use thorough, because it'll go faster and it'll more likely do the percentages. Because, okay, so once I hit that, these two things appear, which means that it's grasped 2 things in this object that it wants. Once those things are there, so it wants metallium and charis. So those appear, and then once you hit this, and since it's on thorough, it's moving much faster, and it doesn't always work. Like, it'll take away a resource, but then sometimes it won't actually up the percentage. But now this changes in the texture changes, and it says basic transmutation, and then this also appears, and it says by studying the rudiments of alchemy and the properties of metals, you think you might have stumbled upon a way to transform base metals into gold. So you take this discovery, and you can also read that same thing that we just read here, and then you right click. And since I'm in creative, it'll just keep on right-click. I'll keep on having it in my hand, but yeah, let's get rid of that. And so you right-click, and then over here, this basic transmutation will appear, and as you can see, this uncovered too. So, now, there are several branches of basic transmutation. So as you see, we just learned basic transmutation of gold. And once you click on this, it will tell you all of these things. And then, so it says, you guys can read this, but it's basically saying that you can turn Karas and Metallium into gold and 2 gold nuggets. So I'm gonna show you guys how you would do that. So you need 2 Metallium and then 1 Karas. So if we go and find stuff with Karas, so I know Lapis has, oh my bad, Lapis has Karas. So let's just take some of that, and that has just 1 Karas, which is all we really need. And then I know Iron has some too, and we're just gonna take a stack of that. So now we have our Karas in here. So now we have Iron, which has 8 Metallium, and this which has 1 Karas. And then actually we could take 4. No. So now we're gonna be, so in order to make 2 gold nuggets, you need to put in 1 Karas and 2 Metallium. But we're gonna put in 8 Karas and 4 Metallium. So also, if you notice, we're not gonna be using the what is that called again? The rock one. We're not gonna be using the Saxum in the Lapis. So that will be released into the atmosphere, and that's one of the ways that Flux can accumulate. So we're going to throw in our Lapis to here, and as you can see, it bubbled up some more. And then if we drop in 1 Iron, what we're going to do, and we do that, and now all we have to do is hit it with our wand, and then we get our gold. And we got 2 gold per this. And then it's saying that it takes 5 vis per casting, and then our wand will slowly recharge. So we can also just do that, and then yeah. So now we can also continue with more transmutations. So we're gonna put in. Let's actually let's just put in seeds. So we're gonna put in seeds. And get that all the way up, and then it just says unknown theory. So let's see, is it gonna be? Just try this. So now we have a Permutatio and Metallium in here, and then this will appear. It's tin transmutation, and then it says having mastered the transformation of base metals into gold. The next step would be to transform any and all metals into tin. So you may be wondering what this last thing is, and that's basically the next thing in tin. So tin is Metallium and vitreous, and so to make tin you need Permutatio and Metallium and vitreous. So that's basically how you can figure out what to put in there. That's a little trick. We're gonna learn all the transmutations today. So let's just go here and get this out. And so now, if you open our Thaumcraft, another branch has showed tin, and this was not there before. So there are things that are hidden within this, and if you go down, there's stuff all around these edges, and eventually we will uncover all of that in this series. So yeah, but the next thing that you want to do is just keep on trying your seeds, and whenever you get something, all of these will require Permutatio and Metallium. So you could just keep on doing that. And this one was iron transmutation, so it only require Permutatio and Metallium because all iron has is Metallium. So it'll just say you have learned how to transform base metals into gold. Next step would be to transform any and all metals into iron. Yeah, so it's basically going to say around that same thing for everything. Just take out iron or replace it with other. That's what you're transmutated. So now iron's here, and tin is here, and so is iron. And iron requires just 2 Metallium in order to get 2 iron nuggets, and tin is 3 Metallium and 1 vitreous to get 3 tin nuggets. And I showed you guys how to do the gold, so you should be able to know how to get all of that. But yeah, so we're just gonna continue on with doing this. And yeah, so I pretty much know that if I do Permutatio in here, it's gonna give me some transmutation stuff, and then if I do metal too, it's gonna continue that, and what do we have here? Silver transmutation. Now you guys may be wondering why that only required metallium and a permutatio, and that's because silver actually only has permutatio and iron, so that is why silver was like that. So, oh yeah, I have to learn it. And silver comes over here, and it's gonna form a pyramid in the end. So yeah, that permutatio and metallium. So pretty basic for all of these. And I'm just gonna start using silver when I do this because that has metallium and permutatio. So this one is thaumium. Okay, so it seems like we're gonna be learning something that wasn't planned today. So thaumium is this, and so with thaumium, if you want, you've probably already discovered a bunch of greatwood trees by this time, and greatwood is actually very useful in the beginning for its magic abilities. So yeah, greatwood has one magic, but then also you can also use chiseled sandstone, which is also easy to get, and it has the same amount of magic in it. And then you can also use silverwood for that too, but silverwood is a little harder to come by, so I would recommend either using greatwood or chiseled sandstone. So we're just going to use greatwood, and so thaumium requires metallium, permutatio, and magic. So just do that, and voila. And then this says, you have found a way to infuse and transform base metals with raw magical energy. You are hopeful that the resultant material will prove stronger and more resilient than its components. This gives you thaumium, and thaumium right here can be used to make tools, and you craft thaumium by 8 metallium and 4 magic, and I will craft some thaumium today. Thaumium is the results, and you guys can read all of this, but basically it's saying that you can use tools, you can make tools and armor out of thaumium, and it's actually used a lot in this mod, so you may want to stock up on some thaumium once you get a chance. So if we wanted to make some thaumium, let's see, it was 4 magic and 8 metal. So if we just come over here and we greatwood 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 piece of iron because that has 8 metallium. Whack that with our wand, then we get our thaumium. So yeah, a little expensive. Not that bad though, considering the amount of greatwood trees and iron is not too hard to come by. So, I still have my water. Oh yeah, because I haven't filled that up yet. So now we have all those, and I want to get through all the transmutations today, and then Nitor too. We may have to save Thaumeter for another day, because that has a little extra that I have to go over too. So, oh yeah, I said I was going to use silver. Might as well just use iron now. So, now it's actually, going to tell us this. Lead, okay. So, now it's telling us that we need vacuose. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of this stuff. So, vacuose can be found in lead. So, if we just take our lead, pop it in there, and we just go like that, then we have lead transmutation. And as you may have guessed, when we have to put this lead into the when making lead in the cauldron, you are going to need vacuose. So it's pretty basic. After this, it's predictable, the basic transmutation, and a lot of Thaumcraft, after you get further into it, it can become predictable. If you just know what you're making and kind of know some of the aspects. So I know what this one's going to be copper, right? Yeah, copper. Copper, last thing. That needs Victus. And copper transmutation. And then I think that's the last one. Yeah, so now we have our nice little pyramid here of all of our transmutations. Copper needs Victus and metallium. So, we now know how to like make all of these different metals. And if you're only using Thaumcraft, I do not think that Thaumcraft includes copper, tin, lead, and silver. So that just may be added because I'm using the Feed the Beast mod pack to record all of this. But yeah, those are part of other mods, I think. So we just put all of this away. Now we need our Nitor, which is... So first, for Nitor, we're going to need Ignis. Beautiful. Nitor. How did I know? I don't know how I knew, guys. Couldn't be that I've already done this. So, Nitor. The glowing flame seems to be fueled by magic itself. The number of uses for an ever-burning flame seems endless, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to produce much heat, though it could prove to be a steady source of light and energy. So, now, if you can see, you can kind of, like, let's say I only had, no, let's just say I only had Ignis and Lux. So, by the way, I used Netherrack, which has Ignis, and then I used torches, which have Lux. I kind of went through that a little bit fast. But Lux is like light, and then Ignis is fire. So, it says that glowing flames to be fueled by magic itself. So that kind of gives away that the next thing is going to be some magic. Oh, actually, I made a mistake. Yeah, hold on. I thought it was magic. Let me double check my notes. Sorry about that, guys. The last thing that Nitor needs, is Potentia. So if we just keep on doing this, and you can use redstone for an easy source of Potentia. And if you just keep on going like this, then it will form this, and you will read, yeah, I already read that, Nitor. Yeah, really sorry about that, guys. Usually my notes are correct, but I guess I missed that one. So yeah, let's just get rid of this, and then Nitor. I'm basically saying this in Turtle Flame. So I actually want to make some of this. Not too hard to make. Let's just. Oh, I didn't fill that back up, I don't think. Just get some of that at the ready for next. Oh, I actually did. So we need 4 Ignis. Oh, dang it. 4 Ignis. I think it was 6 Lux. And also we need 4 Potentia. 4, okay. Wait, how much does this have? 2. Okay. And then hit that, and we have Nitor. Now Nitor, don't worry, it won't explode on you or anything. It actually just is a source of light. So if I go, oh yeah, I say it to midnight, then we will see that it's actually lighting up the area. Maybe if we go into somewhere, it is lighting up the area, and it looks pretty cool, I think. So it's just a source of light, pretty much. And yeah, that's its main source. Also, I don't think we've released enough flux into the atmosphere yet, but also, I forgot to mention that if you get too much flux in the atmosphere, then things that are called wisps will start spawning. And those, they hurt. They will, some of them are hostile and will try to kill you, but then if you try to kill them, they will attack back. So yeah, pretty much you don't really want to mess with those guys, but yeah. Also, the other thing is getting silverwood saplings is very good. Silverwood tree over there. But I think it's about a 1 in 500 chance to get one. They're very, very rare. So you may want to cut down a few silverwood trees and try to get them, and then if you plant one near you, you will have that nice aurora around you, which is always good. I think silverwood is actually good for getting rid of flux too. So yeah, but I think that is all I'm going to say for this episode. Eventually, well, sometime I want to show you guys a wisp. Actually, let's go over here. So if I try, I should be able to just, am I on peaceful? No, I'm on normal. That's good. If I just throw a ton of stuff in a cauldron, not a cauldron, yeah, cauldron, but like the other thing. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. Oh, why did I hold shift? And then oh wait, I think I have to actually and now if I just throw, see, throw some of that, some of that, some of that. Yeah, as you can see, it's filling up nicely. And then just some of that, and oh yeah, some of that. Ooh, I just got some nitor, but now the flux is probably very high in the atmosphere. And so we may see some wisps spawn, but if you guys want to check those guys out, they're not very nice. And let's see, if we set it to midnight, some should spawn, I imagine, from that. If we just keep on throwing stuff in there, eventually the flux will get so high that it'll probably say that a message will appear too. You know, let's just throw some. Yeah, needs to boil first. Yeah, we're just gonna throw a ton of stuff in here, and I'm going to show you guys the kind of cool message that appears. Yeah, let's just throw in some air shards. I do not recommend doing this. Oh, that made me more nitor, I think. Very cool. Yeah, but eventually, if I start throwing a ton of stuff in here, and it's just like getting crazy, there will be a message. Oh, crap. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Oh, dang it. Yeah, if I throw enough stuff into this cauldron, and it just goes crazy, like, I don't think that these spawn eggs have anything, no. Let's just say I went here and let's just throw a ton of just random stuff. Yeah, as you can see, not by that ocelot, but it started to thunder. I'm sorry, ocelot. It started to thunder just a little bit. Oh yeah. And my wand actually is not having a charge. But if you guys heard that thunder, the weather will get a little crazy if you start throwing way too much stuff in here. Like, maybe we'll get another lightning bolt if I just throw some more. And it obviously knows that there's not enough. Yeah. Now I'm starting to get a little bit of lag. Yeah, so I do not recommend doing that. But, yeah, this has been a lesson to you guys. Do not do that. And let's just go over here. Yeah, but, hopefully that doesn't mess up the weather too much. Yeah, I'm getting way too much lag from that. But yeah, so don't do that stuff, kids. And yeah, just keep the flux at bay, and also there will be stuff in the future that will help you guys keep flux not too crazy. But yeah, I would recommend using materials that only have the thing that you specifically need if you really need to use things. And yeah, if you really need to like create things, like glass only has one thing, several things. Like, if you just start looking through your stuff, you'll eventually see that you probably have a ton of stuff that you can use in place of other things. But yeah, I'm getting very low frames right now, so I think I'm gonna call it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yeah, we did quite a few things, I think, and yeah, hopefully this, like, I didn't mess up my aurora too much. I'll plant some silverwood trees around. But yeah, hopefully I helped you guys. And remember, in next episode we will I'm gonna try to next episode finish up. I won't have to like explain the research and anything next episode. So I'm gonna do these last 4 things right here, and stay tuned to figure out what they are. And yeah, this, one of them is the Thaumcraft. See if you guys can guess. Not Thaumcraft, Thermometer, the thing that we were supposed to do today, but then didn't. Yeah. Next episode, it's going to be very productive, and I'm going to teach you guys a ton of new recipes. But yeah, I just had to go over other things, so we only got 3 things done. But that's pretty good. So yeah, hopefully, like I said again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I helped you guys out. Stay tuned for more, and yeah, this was Nicola4567, and I will catch you around. Goodbye.